Another Forex bot on 3 new live accounts trading for 3 months, making between 1 and 3% a month. Very boring, right? But it's perfect for me because enlarging my portfolio of consistently profitable EAs is what makes me profitable. If you agree with me, stay with me and follow me because we are in this journey together. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to do it now so you will get notified of every new video we publish, which are usually about making money with EAs. Real money. So if I go to the Algo trading space live trading tab and I show you all of my live results and I type Night Forex, you will see the Night Forex Bot, which is trading the Aussie, the Yen and the CAD. 3 different pairs in 3 different BlackBull accounts, and I'll share with you why I decided to trade them this way. You can see that the Aussie dollar already made above 11%. It makes above 3.6% a month. If I show you the track record, you can notice that initially there was a little bit of a drawdown, then it grows steadily upwards, another drawdown, and it recovered and it's going up. But that drawdown is actually very small. The max drawdown is 6.47%, which is just perfect for a live account. With the dollar yen, we have even smaller drawdown of 1.16 and it makes above 2% a month. Here is the track record. You can see how closely the equity stays to the balance. Pay attention to that. 1.6% max drawdown with monthly gain above 2%. You can't really see that often. However, with the dollar CAD, we have slightly higher max floating loss of 15%, and at the time of recording the video, we have a floating loss of $93, which is a great example to see how this expert advisor is trading. And if I show you the terminal, you will see all of our trades transparently displayed, and if I arrange them according to the time when they opened, you will see that we have a trade starting with 0.02, then 0.03, then 0.02 again, 0.01 again, 0.02, 0.01, 0.02. So it's not an aggressive grid martingale system that will keep increasing the trades if the price goes against us. It has a logic of opening the trades but with smaller lot size. So I'll show you the live account in a second, but if you have paid attention, I have opened the 3 accounts with BlackBull markets, and that's for a reason. Recently, I'm happier and happier with BlackBull markets. Their trading conditions are just great for live trading, and even we compare the gold scalpers we are trading, and it seems that they have some of the best conditions really for trading gold. Same with Forex and equities and indices, and you can choose between standard, ECN Prime and a Prime Plus, but we use the ECN Prime, which gives us spread starting from 0 and $3 commission per side. There is no minimum deposit, so I'll leave a link to BlackBull down below in the description. And now let me show you the live account with the Night Forex Bot, which is running smoothly on one of my VPSs where I have many accounts, and this is the Aussie account that made above 11%. In the account history, you can see the trades that opened and closed. There are plenty of trades, but pay attention really to the volume where we don't see an aggressive grid martingale system, and that's the most important thing I am looking for. So the second one is the account with the dollar CAD, and again you can see the open trades, which one more time are publicly displayed on the Algo trading space platform. You just need to refresh the page from time to time. So I'll go to Night Forex, and yep, the floating loss is slightly bigger now, close to the 15%, negative 148, and you can see that on my MetaTrader platform it is exactly the same. So full transparency is always on the Algo trading space platform. I'm very keen to see how these trades with the dollar CAD will Algo. And then we have the dollar yen with $85 of a profit, and here are all of the trades that closed. And I'm not really worried about these open trades that I have with the dollar CAD, because the performance I see so far meets the expectations we had with the team, and these are exactly driven by the backtest. I'll show it to you. So for example, that's the backtest with the Aussie dollar, and you can see that we have an equity drawdown relative of about 20%, and that's the graph. And based on this backtest, my team prepares a table with the expectation I can have for the account. So that's the Aussie dollar trading on $1,000 live account with the minimum starting lot with a 50% drawdown tolerance. You can see that the monthly estimated performance is about 4%, and that's exactly what I have here, 3.6, very close to the estimated performance, and I'm always happy to have anything above 2%. And like I said, I'm not also worried about the floating loss with the dollar CAD, because from the backtest we can see an equity drawdown of about 22% or $235, which means that we are still within the drawdown expectation from the backtest. And here we have a risk limit of 40. Let me explain what that means. If I go to the MetaTrader platform and I show you the inputs, you will see that we have risk limit of 50 actually in the live account. So the EA comes from Forex Store website, and they have their own system for protection and setting up the EIs, and they're actually very easy to set up because you pretty much decide how much you're willing to risk. So if you set it to 50, it will decide automatically how much to start trading with according to your balance, but this is only if your oil risk is set to true. However, for this expert advisor, we decided to use false, and we start with a minimum of 0.01. Now let me show you from here the expert advisor on the Forex Store website, which is a trusted website from where we get a lot of the expert advisors. And here we have the information about the EA. The price is $295, which makes it quite affordable expert advisor. And look at the rating, 9.1 out of the 10. And if I show you the track record, you will see that the vendor is trading the exact same pairs but in one account. That is why he is achieving above 8% a month. So one more time, if I show you the performance we got combined, we are about 6 to 7% a month. Probably we're taking slightly lower risk because we are trading with 0.01 lot, but in his account since July 2025 he achieved above 100% gain. Unfortunately, we don't have the live update green and checked, but based on the results we have from 3 months trading this EA on 3 different accounts, I think the track record from the vendor meets the live trading we have with my team in our live accounts. So the performance is somewhere between 8 and 15% in 2026 with him. You can see that in 2025 it goes somewhere between 1 and 15% again. But one more time, he's trading the 3 pairs in one account, while we decided to put 3 different BlackBull accounts. And the reason for that is because these 3 pairs are American dollar related, which means that we have the dollar in the 3 of the assets. And if something dramatic happens with the dollar, which we know can happen since Mr. President Donald Trump is in charge, I don't want to risk the whole account. I prefer to have them separately in separate accounts. But that's me, that's my methods. It's up to you how you want to trade it. For me, the most important is I added another EA into my enlarging portfolio of expert advisors, and that's the goal. Actually, the goal is to reach 100 accounts. So I really want to see 100 different EAs, but of course we will just clear from time to time the EAs that cannot make above 2% or at least above 1%. So once we find better and better EAs, we will be replacing the ones that can't make 1% a month. Even 1% is a lot because it's 12% a year, but our minimum target is 2% a month, 100 accounts, and we will reach this because you support us guys on the other side of the camera. So thank you very much for watching until the end of the video. And if you don't know still how to build a diversified portfolio, check out this video on my side and I'm sure it's gonna be very useful to you. As always, don't forget I love you, trade safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.